Welcome one and all out there, in here, Mr. and Mrs., and all the ships at sea to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying up late, especially since we got bumped tonight for a surprise 9 p.m. speech from Donald Trump. We thought about going live to cover it, but that would mean actually watching it, and I don't want to do that anymore. Trump announced the speech out of nowhere, saying it's been a great year and the best is yet to come. That's a weird reason for an emergency address. That's like your mom calling and saying, "Come home immediately, your dad is doing great." It's also a big deal for networks to give up primetime like that. Over at CBS, it interrupted the Survivor finale. Honestly, that could be the final challenge. Survivors, you've endured hunger, snakes, and extreme heat. Now sit through a speech about a ballroom. Now, we taped this before the speech, so I don't know what he said. That's a problem for future me. But we do know he planned to talk about his accomplishments, so we made a quick montage, which was mostly just confusing words and him saying his MRI was perfect. Meanwhile, his approval ratings are dropping, and unemployment just hit 6%, the highest since 2021, the last time it was this bad. Panera dropped a grilled mac and cheese sandwich. Bread stuffed with macaroni. No wonder nobody could work, they could barely breathe. Last night, Trump hosted a Hanukkah celebration and tried explaining the holiday to people celebrating Hanukkah. He told the story of the oil lasting 8 days, then compared it to something that lasted longer than expected, like his presidency. Also, if something burns longer than expected, that's not a miracle, that's a grease fire. Of course, he also brought up his favorite topic, the White House ballroom. The price keeps changing, $200 million, $300 million, now $400 million. At this rate, the ballroom is going to need its own economy. But don't worry, it'll have 5-inch thick impenetrable windows. Except against the howitzer, yeah. Maybe don't share that part. Then he ended his speech with, "You're going to love the ballroom. Happy Hanukkah!" Smooth transition. He also reportedly ordered a naval blockade near Venezuela, claiming it's about drugs, but also maybe regime change, because historically, that always goes great, right? He even said Venezuela is completely surrounded by the Navy, which is interesting because it's only bordered by water on one side. That's not surrounded, that's just nearby. Meanwhile, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is leaving office soon, but not before burying a time capsule for 10 years. 10 years is not a time capsule, that's a storage unit. And when asked to describe his year in one word, Adams said, New York, then immediately talked about planes crashing and businesses opening. Nothing says summary like everything. He also told critics, "Our haters will be our waiters," which is bold because I don't want my waiter to hate me. Anyway, we've got a great show tonight. Stick around.